He's like, hey, I would like to face Roman at WrestleMania. Sure, pal. Let's do this.
Yeah, all right. This year you put over Reigns, and next year Rock says, I know it's going to go. We're going to do 2 WrestleManias together. It's like with him and Cena.
No, they got to do 3. They got to one-up it.
One up, yeah. That's how it's going to go. Once in a lifetime.
Thrice in a lifetime.
So that was interesting. But, both matches were also good.
The third one will be a handicap match, Reigns versus John Cena and The Rock.
Oh, man.
But yeah, AJ definitely is all about getting the younger guys over, and I think it's because he knows what it's like to just be trying to break in.
Well, and he said, I guess he had said a while back he went to Vince. Maybe it was when he signed his contract. I'm more about playing as a team player, and I think it's what helped him out too with having success too. But it obviously shows what the truth behind that even more so. This past week on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
My applaud was not many people, veterans, would do that.
No, not at all. Certainly not Nash, but not at all. So with SmackDown, they also have they set up for The Fiend versus Kevin Owens by having the KO show with Alexa Bliss. I like what they're doing with the Alexa Bliss and The Fiend. And now they're Fiend and KO are going to face each other. I like that character development with Alexa Bliss. I don't know how this match is going to end because I kind of feel like either one should win. One, I'm a KO fan. Actually, I'm a fan of both of the guys, KO and Fiend. So I don't know how they're gonna write the finish on that one, but the idea of those two facing each other and how ruthless KO can be and how ruthless Fiend can be, I think it should be good.
I don't think that KO is going to walk away with the victory, honestly. Even if there is going to be a victory, there may just, end in whatever fashion they're going to end it in. But if there's going to be a victory, it's going to go to the Fiend, I believe. But I'm more interested in the story around it than I am necessarily about the victory, honestly.
Yeah.
It's bad to say that, but it's the story is more compelling in it than it is necessarily who's going to win. That's just the way the story is.
Mm-hmm. Right, but I'm just saying, like, both of them can use the momentum if you will.
Yeah. By far, I agree with you.
So the other thing that they threw on here is they had the rematch, well, sort of, rematch from Clash of Champions where they had Hardy versus Zayn. And there was something that was said on commentary that I absolutely love. They're talking about how Zayn won by using handcuffs. And I can't remember who said it, but they're like, why don't we give him a taste of his own medicine? He's a fraud. He's a fake. He had to use handcuffs to win. But I really dug that. And Zayn, I just love this character version of him.
Oh, yeah. He's a new champion. Of course, he would say he's still a champion.
I don't know. He's not a new champion. He was never lost a championship.
And I know. That is so funny the way they're keeping on going with that story. It's an interesting
Jeff Hardy
story.
Was a fraud.
Huh?
Jeff Hardy was a fraud.
Jeff Hardy was a fraud.
And they were fighting over the belt that wasn't the real belt. And now
so was AJ Styles then.
Yeah. Well, that's what I say. That's why AJ Styles missing with Jey Uso now. He had to give up the fraud in the charade.
Yeah. I like this story. It's compelling.
Yeah, I really dig the character.
Yeah.
One of the things we kind of missed was NXT. And besides setting up for TakeOver 31, there wasn't really much there.
Not really. I'll say Austin Theory's promo was good. I like his background.
Well, him and Adam Cole was a decent match.
Yeah, absolutely they were. And I like the
mixed tag.
That too. That was a good match too. But I also like Finn Balor in the promo with Kyle O'Reilly. I thought it was a good promo too. Good little thing there with HBK.
Yeah, I actually really wanted O'Reilly to win. Just I've become a fan of the whole story behind it. I don't think he's going to walk away with the championship, but I really dig the story.
Yeah, I think I agree with what you're saying. I think it's more going to go in Balor's favor, but yeah, and I haven't been invested in NXT lately, but that was a good promo and getting a good build up for at least that night.
And I must have missed this. Austin Theory went from being a disciple of Seth Rollins to being back on NXT.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened between the two.
I don't know why they sent him to NXT. I'm guessing McMahon lost faith. I'm guessing that's my only thought. That's the usual thing there for him. I can't think of any other reason for it. I think Theory did a good job as a disciple for Seth Rollins, but for whatever reason, he was sent to NXT, and instead of continuing as a disciple, I think it would better fit. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that Seth Rollins and disciple stuff, but or what's going to happen with that character eventually. But yeah. Unfortunately, it said Austin Theory no longer part of Raw.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense why it kind of came out of nowhere.
It doesn't. Same thing with AOP.
Yeah, well, they got fired.
Oh yeah, fired for whatever stupid reason. Hopefully, get picked up by somebody after their 90-day clause.
I don't know what that says about Seth Rollins. He had followers of 4, and now they're down to 1.
Not even barely 1, I think.
Oh yeah, they're already going to break them up with Buddy Murphy. I don't know. They could have done something much more with it.
I think so too, by far. But it's like went from something to what the hell we're doing, you know. Now he's causing issues with the Mysterio family, like we said earlier. That's like, okay, where are you going to take this Seth Rollins character at? You know, do his disciple or is this Jesus angle going to stop? Or this Messiah angle, I should say.
Right. And I actually just thought of something else that they showed on NXT. It wasn't much, but I really like that they're playing up that Dexter Lumis is a creepy character.
Yeah, I saw that too. He's like, man, you're weird. Yeah.
So I mentioned this before you and I started recording. There was news that was released from Takeover 31.
Mm-hmm.
You and I talked about WWE bringing this back, and they are in the form of NXT. Halloween Havoc.
Are they?
Yeah, it's going to be a special episode of NXT television on Wednesday. And I want to say it was October 14th. It's NXT Halloween Havoc.
We talked about that just recently, too. We talked about a number of times, but just recently.
Right.
Seems like everything WCW did, they're bringing it back for NXT, minus the Clash of Champions, a couple other things that passed. But interesting. Well, it's good. They're bringing something back. I don't know why they won't bring it back on WWE main roster, but at least bring it back something though.
So I have a theory because now that with Halloween Havoc, War Games, Starrcade, everything else, I have a feeling at this point. No, I was wrong. It's not the 14th. It'll be the 28th. I have a feeling. Yeah, I have a feeling that it's being done because Triple H wants to use the names.
That makes sense.
It kind of feels like Triple H respects WCW history a little bit more. And maybe it's just because of Dusty Rhodes' involvement. But yeah, I saw that and I'm like, okay, cool. I really wanted that to happen anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you have this product that has a major history behind it. And it's like you own it. You use it. Why not? You know, it's just, it doesn't make any sense that why you wouldn't. I mean, yeah, they're using it for their library for WWE Network, but you can use it on your current product of shows. And, it's like, I have been questioning for a long time. Obviously, you have too. And a lot of people have, I know. But it's just like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be utilizing this product that you own has a history behind it. So I'm glad NXT is getting to use something. Hopefully they do it right. So
I do have one main question about it though. Do you think we're going to see the Yeti?
Oh, I don't know about all that. Now you got to explain to our listeners that don't maybe not are familiar.
WCW, back when Big Show had the Giant and Kevin Sullivan, he said he was going to bring out the Yeti, who was a gigantic mummy that basically him and Giant had a hugging contest with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
So if you YouTube the Yeti with Hulk Hogan, you're going to see the Yeti dry humping Hulk Hogan.
It was on the WWE Network. You checked it out. The same night that the Giant, which is now it's called Big Show for the last many years, he was thrown off a huge building.
Yeah, and we can make fun of WCW not having making sense in that way. WWE's done stupid things like that too.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying put them down. Just interesting.
Yeah, but a lot of people bring that up for like WCW, like, oh, this didn't make sense, that makes sense, or whatever. WWE's done it plenty of times.
Oh yeah, a bunch of times. Not even funny.
Like Vince McMahon getting blown up in his car and he's back 2 weeks later.
Yeah. Oh, that's just one of the many examples. But yeah, that's an example.
He was in the hospital more from getting beat up by Stone Cold Steve Austin than he was for his car blowing up.
Well, I think it obviously went for the whole Benoit issue tragedy.
Oh no, I know the real reason why I wasn't involved, but still, it's like you are not you do not have errors or anything like that. You guys have messed up plenty of times.
Oh yeah, by far, not even funny. It's how many times.
And they're messing up now. They're messing up now with the backstage thing, though. With this whole like, no talent can have a Twitch channel that's not WWE.
Oh yeah, dude,
you're an independent contractor. You're signing them as independent contractors. They're not employees. If you're going to treat them like employees, pay them like employees. Give them healthcare like employees. Give them rights as like employees. That's one of the few things that me and Jim Cornette can actually agree on.
Yeah, that's one of the truths. A couple of things. Yeah, it's BS. Honestly, they're not using the definition of independent contractor, and they haven't done that for many years. I don't think ever. Yeah, you're gonna take over their Twitch channels. They're making money and they're following, and they're like, okay, we're gonna take it over, we own it now. And we're going to pay you a percentage of the income, but it counts against your downside guarantee on your contract. You're not making really any money. Why are you going to take over something? You're a multi-billion-dollar company, and you feel like, well, we have to own this stuff. Why? Oh, well, you can use your real names and we won't have to worry about it. Well, then that ain't going to help out. Leave it alone. You don't have any reason to take it over.
And here's the thing, and again, this is not heaping praise at AEW. Tony Khan signs them more as employees to get health coverage and everything else with AEW.
I didn't know that it kicked in yet. Did the health?
Yeah, that's a big selling point. Yeah.
I mean, I knew they were talking about it. I didn't know it had kicked in yet, but yeah, that's that. When they were talking about it, I was like, finally, someone actually gives a damn.
And they can have their own YouTube channels and Switch channels and not matter. That's one of the things that Tony Khan's doing right with AEW,
and that's why a lot of people. Yeah.
And from what I was reading, a lot of people want to leave now WWE and go between either Impact or AEW, which good for Impact. I'm glad that they're on the radar like that.
Absolutely, both of them. Absolutely, it's you treat your employees less than what they're worth. Obviously, you're not going to have employees, or at least you're not going to have as many as want to stay there. It brings them around now. It's like, I haven't heard one bad word about AEW or even Impact. That's why once it gets not crazy, it's more or less just speaking the truth.
Right.
That's all that is. It's just like you're going to treat employees like that. It's just the way WWE's doing it. It's, that's why I feel like finally freedom, finally.
And I got into discussion with someone that's not a wrestling fan, but he was talking about how, it's great that the XFL is still a thing, but NFL is not going anywhere. I used it relating to wrestling. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have AEW, but WWE is not going anywhere. It's just like with the NFL. When people think of football, they think of the NFL or college, but they mainly think of the NFL. When people think of wrestling, they think of WWF. It's ingrained in that way. These companies are going to come and go, and I completely understand that, but They're not going to go anywhere, and